Go back to the closet. Close the door. Tiffany's in the skincare library. Hi everyone. Ooh, this is breaking. We need to update our phone stand. I am Dr. Shereene Idriss and welcome to my YouTube channel. Good morning, my little nerds. It is Saturday morning and this week we are going to tackle blackheads versus Milia versus whiteheads versus pustules versus all of those pesky little dots that you guys may or may not have on your face. And now the camera's going back down. My stand, I think it's time to invest in another $12 phone stand. So without further ado, let us dive in. By the way, if you have not already, please feel free to subscribe, like, and comment below. I do read your comments every week, and it is a source of inspiration every week for a new video. Okay, so let us first clear the air. What is a blackhead? What is a whitehead? What is a pustule? What is a milia? Okay? Because these terms are oftentimes interchangeably used and they can end up being very confusing. So starting with what not to do. I am going to pop this baby out of this box. Open it. This is not a teeth whitening strip. This is a pore strip. And normally you stick these like this. You put some water on, you let them stick overnight, and then you wax your face off. This is classically geared towards blackheads. They are deep pore cleansing strips, and this is something that should be avoided. Additionally, this guy, this torture device. Stop. This is for all
I'll give you my honest review.
Okay. Oh my God, this is so bad.
It's literally suctioning my skin.
It's so...
Not cute.
It's not good. You can actually cause hyperpigmentation, especially in somebody with a darker skin tone, if you overdo this. And the reason why this and the pore strips are just not useful is because you're actually stretching your skin out. Thanks, Tiff. Making blackheads, go back to the closet, making blackheads and whiteheads eventually bigger over time. If you're suctioning your skin and enlarging and contracting and enlarging and contracting, your pores are going to get bigger over time. And that is why I do not like them. Pore strips particularly only get rid of the gunk on the superficial aspect of your skin, leaving an empty hole for more to fill up within it. So it's just not worth it. So what is a blackhead? A blackhead is a black dot. Okay, it has an opening to the surface of your skin, and because it is connected to the surface of your skin and to oxygen, any dirt that accumulates in your pore that doesn't get released becomes oxidized and turns black. And that is why it's called a blackhead. It is actually due to an increase in sebum production and debris that is stuck to the openings and the hair follicles of your skin. What are some underlying causes? Well, increased hormone, male hormone, DHT, can be an increased cause of sebum production, hence why all the prepubescent teenage boys are breaking out with blackheads all over their face. Pro-inflammatory cytokines get released and causes inflammation and causes increase in sebum production as well. You can have an increase in free fatty acids, FFAs, which is a secondary byproduct of the breakdown from P. acnes, the bacteria living on your skin, of your sebum. And that increase in FFA causes clogged pores, which can lead to blackheads as well. And overhydrated skin. I've actually seen a lot of this in my clinic for non-pubescent or prepubescent teenage boys, women, men, a lot of us getting a lot of blackheads in this area from a lot of the mask wearing. So increase in humidity, increase in moisture can cause your pores to get overly clogged and blackheads can develop. And then with a broken skin barrier, whenever your skin barrier is broken, it's most likely to get inflamed and filled up with a bunch of junk and gunk and funk. And that's going to be a blackhead in your face. So don't overstrip your skin so your skin barrier remains intact. And finalement, not to sound like an annoying mom, but honestly, I don't care. Smoking. Why the hell is anybody still smoking in 2022? Vaping as well. Smoking is a leading cause of blackheads. Yes, it is. So if it's not for your health, then for vanity's sake, quit the smoking for your skin, not for your lungs, okay? But yeah, or for your lungs. But smoking for sure is something that can lead to blackheads as well as whiteheads, as well as diet. Food with high glycemic index foods, things that I love. In moderation, I would say stick to it, don't overdo it, but sugars and fatty foods, that can also increase your sebum production as well as your breakouts. So those are a quick list of backgrounds of things that can cause blackheads. How can you prevent your blackheads? All right. Number one, I would say stick to oil-free products. Try to moisturize with moisturizers that are actually oil-free. I love, and I've said this before, this particular product, which I'm going to point out right here, the Aveeno Calm and Restore Gel Moisturizer. Gel moisturizers tend to be oil-free and therefore are less intense on the skin and better geared towards oily skin. This is a great one to start with, especially if you have a lot of blackheads, but you do need to moisturize on and off. If you're somebody who's wearing a mask all day, you can actually skip the moisturizer altogether. I, in fact, do not moisturize during the day, during the week anymore, because I put my vitamin C, I put my sunscreen, and then I mask and leave the house. I don't feel the need to moisturize because I'm wearing my mask for, no joke, 10 hours a day. So that is number 1 and 2. Number 3, quit smoking. We're not going to go down that rabbit hole again, but yeah, if it's not for your lungs, then for your vanity's sake, just quit it. Also, your skin will look more lush and less yellow and hollow and sallow. So just FYI. And 3, using a foam wash at night on a regular basis can help to kind of keep your oil production in synchrony. Now, some people who are super oily might need to wash twice a day with a foam cleanser. But if you're not that kind of person, then I would say try to find the right cadence for you to balance your oil production. Oil cleansers I love. Let's quickly jump in. I love this one by La Roche-Posay. It is their Tolerian purifying foaming cleanser. It is a beautiful cleanser. It is unscented. I do not smell anything. It is also ceramide and niacinamide enriched, so it can help with restoring your skin barrier as well as minimizing inflammation. So it is a nice one, a tried and true and a good one. Another foaming cleanser I have recently discovered that I found interesting was this one by In Beauty Project, which is their Foam Around. It's a fun cleanser. It is one that is not too irritating or harsh, and it a little bit goes a long way. It does have a little bit of a scent, so just be careful. And what do they write here? Ditch your old school cleanser and foam around. I don't know if I agree with that because foaming cleansers are old school cleansers, but I like this one. So that is one by In Beauty Project. Now, I do not have a Kleenex, so please hold. Let me grab a Kleenex. Now, how do we treat the blackheads that we have once we have them, since we don't like what I just talked about? Wash your face 2 to 3 times a week with a benzoyl peroxide wash. Why? Because you're going to help kill the bacteria on your skin, the P. acnes, which I said can break down your sebum into free fatty acids, causing blackhead production. So penoxyl is a great one. How do I use this? I use it by putting it on my face, letting it sit for 2 or 3 minutes, and then jumping in the shower and washing it off. I think people oftentimes with actives and cleansers don't let the actives do the job and literally wash the actives down the drain. So if you're going to use this 2 to 3 times a week, let it sit before jumping in the shower or before washing your face. So benzoyl peroxide is a great one. Now, salicylic acid as a exfoliating acid, as a BHA, is great for blackhead producing skin because it likes oil. Again, let this baby sit on your face before you wash it off. Now, if you don't have the patience to do that, Effaclar by La Roche-Posay has a 0.5% salicylic acid that you can just put on your face and let it just go about your day. So this is another one. And then I've also recently discovered this one by Glow Recipe. It is their Watermelon Glow. It smells heavenly. And the way I would use this is literally put it on my hand, just like such. It is more of a waterier serum. I know it's technically a toner. And then I would put it all over my face. You know, it just smells so lovely. So I'm using it almost like a scented something. I need another Kleenex, but Tiffany went back to the closet. So that is what I would tell you to use when it comes to exfoliating acids. And most importantly, with blackheads, I would say retinols over the counter are going to be your best friend. You don't need to do the heavy duty prescription. And I know it sounds weird, but if you have sensitive skin, over-the-counter retinols are probably the way to go. You can get a lot from an over-the-counter. Here's a few of my favorite ones, and I'll put some pictures here. But retinols can definitely help with the exfoliating process of your skin and how fast your skin renews itself so it doesn't bunch up and clog your follicles and your pores. And last and most interestingly, I love for blackheads azelaic acid. This is a great one because not only is it a keratinolytic, meaning it breaks down keratin that's stuck together, it is also a bactericidal agent that kills P. acnes. So it can help the blackheads as well as the bacteria on your skin while evening out your skin tone. So this one is one of my favorites. Get it as a prescription. They also have it over the counter. Paula's Choice has a 10% booster. So that is blackheads in a nutshell. Now, when it comes to Milia, I often see people utilizing this particular tool, which should not be used. Even in my own hands, with myself, I found it hard to control myself. And when I had my baby daughter, I went to town on Milia on my nose, and I had a scab on my nose for weeks, which was not cute when she was born. Here's a picture. So even in my own hands, it's hard to control myself. So I would reserve this tool for a professional who, even though you are a professional, not to do it on yourself, okay? Because OCD tendencies can take advantage of you. So do not use these. I'm telling you, it's not worth it. What exactly is Milia? Milia is a pebbly white microcyst underneath your skin due to keratin buildup. Milia is different than a whitehead or a pustule. Whiteheads and pustules are the same thing. How can you tell the difference? A whitehead or a pustule has pus. Milia is a hard sac, number one. Number two, a whitehead or pustule has redness around it. Milia does not have redness around it. Number three, a whitehead or pustule tends to be more acne related. Milia can totally be genetically predisposed. You can just, your family has it, your genetic biological relatives have it, so you're probably gonna have it. And number, I don't even know what I'm at, Milias can also be due to sun damage over time, as well as smoking. Not because I'm trying to plug that in, but it is true. Milias have nothing to do with pores. They have nothing to do with infections. Antibiotics are not gonna help your milia. Whereas whiteheads, pustules, antibiotics may help, and it has a little bit due to overproduction of sebum, etc., building up, becoming inflamed, etc., becoming a little pustule. So how do you prevent now milia? If you are somebody who gets a lot of them, you need to be consistent with your skincare routine. Consistent over intensity, because if you're overly intense with your skincare routine and you break your skin barrier, you might form more milia. So people who do really harsh chemical peels, who have a lot of trauma to their skin, even laser treatments, like even Fraxel, if you're predisposed to getting milia, you might get more after doing that. So I'd rather you be consistent but less intense. Number one, I think exfoliating with a chemical peel on a regular basis is also a plus for you, which might sound counterintuitive to breaking your skin barrier, but if it is a low percentage, so this one by Saturday Skin is a 4% glycolic acid, this is safe enough to use on a very regular basis, i.e. 5 to 6 times even a week, okay? Not twice a day, use it only at night. The reason I like glycolic acid for milia is because glycolic acid is the smallest one and goes the deepest. And keratin tends to accumulate within the dermis deeper down, forming these small cysts. So that is why I like glycolic acid on a regular basis. Now, with milia, you also want to keep your skin hydrated. I know it sounds counterintuitive, but you do want to keep it hydrated, unlike the blackheads, which can be due to overhydration. You don't want to dry out. You don't want to break your skin barrier, making it worse. And number 4, milia is where the heavy-duty tretinoin prescription strength comes in. You want to make sure that you are really allowing your skin to regenerate itself consistently in a healthy fashion over time, and this is where prescription strength tretinoin is more effective than an over-the-counter retinol, because it's already active when you apply it to your skin, making part of the legwork kind of done, being much more effective and much more actionable on your skin so that your skin doesn't keratin build up, forming small little tiny cysts. Now, I have recently seen a whole trend utilizing these hydrocolloid patches on your nose. This is not going to help with milia, okay? It may help with whiteheads or pustules. These are hydrocolloid patches. One day we'll do a deep dive on hydrocolloid patches. But if you have a lot of whiteheads or pustules, I particularly like these ones by Starface. You can be loud and proud utilizing them on your face. I will show you guys what they look like. But if you are somebody who just doesn't have it in you to just flaunt it like that, Then I will say Hero Cosmetics as well as CosRX has smaller ones, much more discreet acne pimple patches, but they have these much more smaller discreet acne pimple patches that would work well for these little whiteheads and pustules. The trick though, if you are going to utilize this guy, especially like, let's say you have a lot of little pustules here or here, put it on your face for the 6 hours that it tells you to. Yes, 6 hours that it tells you to, or overnight. And then follow it up with a clay mask. I like this one by April Skin. It is a triple absorbing it is a triple acid oil absorbing clay mask with a combination of acids that can help break through the oil. So the reason you want to use a clay mask is because it's going to help draw all of those impurities out and dry it. I like this one. I also like this one by Philosophy, the Purity Salicylic Acid Clay Mask. These are two clay masks that I think are helpful to be used after you use a hydrocolloid patch. Now, hydrocolloid patches on the nose consistently over time for pores, I do not recommend, because you're just going to draw out a lot of gunk. And like I said, to what end? You're not actually treating anything. It's a Band-Aid. It's literally a Band-Aid to help suppress some of that, but it's not a treatment. So anyway, with that, I hope this video was helpful. I hope you guys now understand the difference between blackheads, picture, whiteheads, and Milia. Somewhat the same, but different. And I am Dr. Shereene Idriss, a cosmetic dermatologist. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll see you guys next week.